Hello and welcome back to another installment of my full self-driving beta videos. In today's video, we are going to demonstrate how well the system does at making unprotected left and right turns and turning right at red lights. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you can help me out and like this video because that's the only way I know if I'm doing a good job. So after going around a quick twisty bends, we get to a stop sign which has an unprotected left and cars coming from our right. We are making a left-hand turn here, so we have to wait for all the vehicles to come through. Tesla does actually a really good job here. However, right now it starts to pull out and it's going a little slower than comfort, I would say. However, it completes the turn, no cars get close to the car, and it did a good job. In this clip, we come up to a red light, which we are going to turn right at. It does turn right on red, however, it takes its time. There are some vehicles coming from our left. Once the one vehicle from our left has cleared the intersection, the Tesla does a really good job at following through, making the right-hand turn, and getting in the proper lane. In this clip, it's not too special, but we're making an unprotected left with no vehicles coming head-on, but vehicles coming from our left from the road we're turning onto, and the Tesla does a good job at performing the maneuver adequately. Here we're going to make an unprotected left-hand turn. Cars are coming from our right, and there's one vehicle coming from our left. The car ends up turning right around the median, and as soon as the car goes around the median, which you can see on the screen, the vehicle takes the left-hand turn and gets us in the proper lane. So right here, the Tesla does something very interesting. It gets in the right-hand lane, even though we're trying to make a left-hand turn. It eventually gets in the left-hand lane, but then tries to go left where the median is into the entrance of the parking lot across the street. It waits for all the oncoming cars and stops because it sees the median, but I'm not sure why it would even try to do this in the first place. However, that median wasn't always there and was only added a few years ago. Regardless, it used to be a double yellow, so eventually I ended up taking over the car. Now we are attempting to turn left across 4 lanes of traffic both ways with a suicide lane in the middle. As you can see, the Tesla handles this great. However, there weren't very many cars during this turn. On this turn, there's a sign saying we specifically have to stop on red before the railroad tracks. The Tesla does exactly this and then creeps forward. If it was me personally, I would have just kept going instead of stopping after creeping, but the car decided to stop for a car that was just starting to go at a green light. Here we are turning left across 2 lanes of oncoming traffic to turn into Safeway, which is a grocery store where I live. After waiting for all oncoming traffic to clear, the Tesla does begin to make a left-hand turn, and it does drive me through most of the parking lot. However, it does get confused by one of the islands, and before the car has time to curb one of my wheels, I take over, which you will see right here. Here we are now leaving the Safeway parking lot and turning right. There were probably at least 5 or 6 openings and chances for the car to turn, but it decided not to take any of those opportunities and just wait to be cautious. Once the car begins to go, it can't get me in the lane properly and nearly curbs my right front wheel right there, but after the intersection it gets me back into the proper lane. This clip does not include any left or right turns, but I thought it would be interesting. There's a bike parade going by of about over 100 bikers. Our light is green, but the Tesla doesn't go because of all the traffic, and eventually a lot of people decide to run red lights, which I do not condone, and the Tesla just sits and waits for everything to clear out before it decides to do anything, and it waits at the red light, which was exactly what I would have done as an individual driving the car. Now we are turning right on a very busy boulevard. Cars are going to be turning from our left onto the street. The Tesla does a good job at waiting and creeping. However, eventually the far right lane opens up and I had an opening and I ended up getting honked at. But the Tesla goes only after all the vehicles have cleared. Here we are turning right on an unprotected left that's also a merge. There's no vehicles, so the Tesla doesn't slow down. It just makes the turn and then gets me in the left-hand lane, which is what I needed to do to turn left at this light. Now we're clearly turning right on red. Once that vehicle clears out of the intersection, the Tesla begins to creep forward and make the right-hand turn. The light will turn green, but that does not affect anything the Tesla is doing, and it just continues to perform the right-hand turn. Now we're taking a right-hand turn that we saw previously in this video. This time the light is green. The car slows down, does not stop, but it has a problem getting me in the proper lane, but eventually self-corrects. Once again, we're making another right-hand turn on red. The Tesla has vehicles coming from the left, so it creeps forward, stops, and then eventually after all the cars have gone through the intersection, it makes the right-hand turn as necessary, but does go a little slower than I would have preferred. After all my testing, it became clear to me that Tesla still needs to train the system a bit better for unprotected turns, but it does an alright job as it currently stands. And with that, make sure to comment below with any ideas you want to see in the future, like this video, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.